Diablo.
Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to a little guide on what I believe is not one of the best builds in the game at the moment, but probably the best build for the Demon Hunter in Season 21. Now, let's get straight into this. This build is the God build, so it's using the set here, which I will show. So we'll start with the goggles. Now, this set, what it does is when you have the full set of 6, your primary skills deal 10% increased damage, not 10%, sorry, 10,000% increased damage. And this is what we need because our primary skill is going to be Hungering Arrow. This is going to be our main damage dealer. Now, we also have Strife as our secondary damage dealer. This is more to wave through the enemies and to get to open spots where we can then lay the damage with the Hungering Arrow. Now I'll show you what other items we've got. So we've got the full set here in the set items in green, and then for our weapon in our main hand we have Dawn, and we have this because it reduces the cooldown of Vengeance by 52%, and we will be using Vengeance in this build. And we use Vengeance in this build to apply more damage, and for the Hungering Arrow it works really well as the Strife to get that damage in and keep our not our discipline, our hatred to the maximum it can be. We also use Shadow Power in our first skill slots here, and what you got to remember about this build, you can do a lot of damage, but it is a glass cannon build. So you will die when you're doing greater rifts over 100. You will die probably multiple amount of times, but you will get the greater rift done in time. I can promise you that. So yep, we as I was saying, we use Shadow Power with the Gloom, reduces damage while taking. So you would use this when there's a lot of mobs and you think, right, I'm gonna start taking big damage here. I need some defensive skill. You would pop this and you would just go ham with either your Hungering Arrow or even your Strafe. I tend to use it when I'm trying to lay down damage with a Hungering Arrow, because you have to be stationary for the Hungering Arrow to cast. So then if we put our defences up while we're stationary, that's the best bet. Fan of Knives, this is self-explanatory really. Unleash a flurry of knives that strike and slaughter all near enemies. So when you get a big group of mobs all jumping on you, bang, Fan of Knives, gain additional armor as well. Remember, that's an other defensive because we have a lot of core damage with our build as it is, so it's all about defensive. And our last skill is going to be the smoke screen, again a defensive skill. So if we really are taking damage and we need to get out of a place quickly, turn invisible. We've got the healing vapors on this skill as well, which regenerates life while we are invisible. Our offhand, so our main now is Dawn, we've already gone through that, reduce the cooldown of Vengeance. Our offhand is the Strafe Projectile Pierce. We are going to be using Strafe as well, a lot. It's the same as Hungering Arrow. Strafe to move about, which will probably be up like 90% of the time you'll be using Strafe, and when you want to lay down damage, Hungering Arrow. So this works really well for our Strafe. Now, the other options, I will leave a build from Icy Veins, I believe, down below in the comment section for you to all have a look. It explains everything there, what you need to know if I don't go through anything. For our gems, we want diamonds. Again, defensive, resistance to all enemies, really important. For our gems in our weapons, it's obviously the green gems, the highest you can get, the critical hit damage, because we are a critical hit damage build. Remember, we are a damage glass cannon build. For our necklace, we have got the Flavour of Time. This really, what it does is the pylon effects, they last twice as long as it says there in the secondary. And this is again not just an offensive but a defensive option for this glass cannon build to aid you It's all about getting aid from different skills and different things within the game to be able to move quick, get through greater rifts done quick, and lay down as much damage as possible. For our rings, we've got resistance and focus. It says that the two set, when you hit with a resource spending attack, deal 50% increased damage, which obviously um, our resource spending attack is the Hungering Arrow, which I've already explained why we use that. So that the resistance and focus works really well with that. Now our belt, your primary skills attack 30% faster and deal blah 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 increased damage. Again, going back to the Hungering Arrow, makes Hungering Arrow even more powerful. We want to make that Hungering Arrow do the most damage as we possibly can. So, in our Knight's Cube, the ninth. Now, forgive me if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly. Is it Siri or Kiri? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section how it is pronounced. So the ninth Kiri Satchel, Hungering Arrow is reduced to Hungering Arrow is guaranteed to pierce and also deal 600 guys and girls increased damage. Again, our Hungering Arrow is going to do so much damage with that in the Knight's Cube. Death Diggers, primary skills that generate resource, deal 100% additional damage. Again, you see the pattern here, don't you? We're all aiding this. This is our main skill, the Hungering Arrow. Conversion of elements. I don't need to explain conversion of elements for you. I'm sure you all are aware of what it does. It's putting Knight's Cube in many Demon Hunting builds and many other builds, in fact. So yeah, basically this build, I'm Paragon level 748, so I am quite low at the moment. When you get into Paragon level 1000, you can clear greater rifts of 120 easily if you know what you're doing. In groups, I'm clearing rifts of like 100 to 110 now at Paragon level 748. And remember, guys and girls, I've said it loads of times during this video, this is a glass cannon build. You will die in greater rifts, but you will get those greater rifts done in time because the amount of damage you can implement. If you die, don't worry, just respawn at your corpse and get on with it. Now Paragon, let's jump straight into the Paragon. So core, we're going to focus on dexterity. Our end goal, we want to get our movement speed up to the top and our max hatred up to the top first, and then dexterity, and then vitality. You can put more in dexterity. It depends how much you're dying really. If you're dying a lot, put some more points in vitality. Offense. So attack speed is the last one you want to do. I've not got that up to 50 yet. Cooldown reduction, very important. The most important one is these two: critical hit chance and critical hit damage, to get that Hungering Arrow doing as much damage as we possibly can. The defense points, we want resist all first, and then we want life, then armor, and then life regeneration. Utility, I've got points, so I'm just going to spend it on that. Obviously, let me just go back into that. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. What was I saying? Yeah, so I would regenerate life and life on hit, very important. The gold finding, don't worry about the gold finding, you don't need that. You're going to get tons of gold anyway, just running normal rifts and greater rifts, so don't worry about that. Okay, I think that's about it, guys and girls. If I missed anything out, let me know, and I'll explain it down in the comment section below. Or our Templar, before we jump, let's just quickly jump in our Templar. So we want the red gems in any weapons we want. I've mixed this around a couple of times, what weapons and armor I want my Templar to wear. And for me, this is the best one. So for the shield, we've got freeze of deflection. Blocking an attack has a chance to freeze an attacker. That again is just crowd control for us, basically. On the Templar, with a Demon Hunter glass cannon build, you want as much crowd control and defensive on your Templar as possible, and that's what we've gone with. As for the weapon, attacking enemies below 70% life freezes them, another freeze ability. Chance to hit and pull in enemies towards your target and slow them, again, another crowd control. And we go again with the crowd control. The ring occasionally haunts nearby enemies. Gain damage reduction equals, so this is a defensive for our Templar itself to keep them as alive as much as possible. Yeah, oh, that's what we did forget, isn't it? So let's just go in and we'll look at our legendary gems. Now obviously you want to augment your items with gems what you don't need. That's, we all know that we need to do that. So our legendary gems, what we are using at the moment. Now this is where I'm getting annoyed. Okay, the flavour of time, what we use. I've had 4 or 5 flavours at a time. I've got 2 in my inventory here. None of them socketed. Really stressful and really annoying. When we do get a socket, we want to put it. I think it's Bane of the Powerful. Let me just have a look in my stash and see what it is. What have we leveled up here? Sorry, no. Simplicity's Strength we need it to put in the flavour of time. In our focus in either ring relay, we have, is it Taguk? I think you pronounce it. So gain 5.68%. Mine is rank 92 at the moment. 5.68% increased damage for 1.5 seconds when you spend a resource on a challenge skill. Again, Hungering Arrow. And we want Bane of the Stricken in this one. Each attack you make against an enemy increases the damage it takes when you attack. Again, a damage buff for us for the Hungering Arrow. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers anything. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the video, like the video. Helps me a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more. And like I always say, peace out.